in our world business news, the acting chief of the International Monetary Fund, John Lipsky, believes the US does not need additional policy stimulus, as the world's largest economy is likely to pick up speed in the next few quarters. With the Fed's current $600 billion asset purchase program, known as QE2, expiring this month and weakening economic indicators, some investors were hoping for additional stimulus measures. So far, the Fed has kept rates near zero and pumped $2 trillion into the economy. Lipsky also said the US, like many advanced and some emerging economies, is now facing the challenge of improving its public finances to reduce its debt.
It's our expectation that current policy plans in the U.S. are consistent with this return to moderate growth.
Australia said today that it was suspending cattle exports to Indonesia after an outcry over the inhuman treatment of cattle in its neighbour country. Australia initially banned live exports to 11 Indonesian abattoirs on May 31st after graphic footage from an animal rights group was broadcast on Australian television a day before. Australia's Labor government has ever since been under fierce pressure to suspend the $342 million live cattle business with Indonesia. Canberra will for 6 months suspend cattle shipments to Indonesia. Also, the government will review the live export trade to all overseas markets, including the Middle East, according to Agriculture Minister Joe Ludwig. French Finance Minister Christine Lagarde arrived in Beijing today for a string of meetings with high-level officials as she seeks their support in her bid to become the head of the International Monetary Fund. Lagarde is on a whirlwind global tour, hoping to win over emerging market heavyweights who have criticized Europe's grip on the fund's top job. Lagarde has visited Brazil, India and now China. However, India has not committed to support Lagarde's candidacy, according to Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee, a sign that India may still be hopeful of nominating an alternative candidate. Lagarde has promised to support demands from emerging countries to have more say in the policies of the IMF should she be elected. The IMF has a June 30 deadline to pick a successor to Dominique Strauss-Kahn. Before we go back, here's a quick overview of the Asian equity indices as well as the oil and currency markets. And after that, Myrna Nasser is back with the news.